Well, hello everybody. It is Thursday. It's the 11th of December, 2025. I have so many different product reviews to get through, so I'm going to try to rattle off a couple quick ones here before I have to go run and get back to work. This is a really interesting product that I picked up. I probably paid way too much money for it, but it was too intriguing for me not to get it. So I picked this up at Tacoma Boys. This is not a locally made product. So Tacoma Boys is a local grocery store that specializes in locally grown produce and locally made products. This is not. This is made at the Amish Buggy, a division of Amst Fudgery in Newton, Illinois. It is Sriracha Quail Eggs. Now, a little something because I'm a bird nerd. I'm gonna go into a little factoid about the bird that's pictured on here. Yes, that is a quail. But this is not the type of quail that you would find in Illinois. This is a California quail. You'd find this on the West Coast. You'd find this in Oregon. You find it in Washington. You find it in California. You would not find it in Illinois. What you would find in Illinois is bobwhite quail. Now, there are a few possibilities as to why they depicted a California quail on this. Maybe they just thought that it looked cooler. Maybe they just didn't know the difference. When they were designing the packaging, they were just like, well, let's just find a stock photo of a quail or a stock painting of a quail or something like that. And then they just were like, okay, quail, let's put it there. That is not a bobwhite quail. That is a California quail. But I'm not offended because honestly, I think that the look of the California quail is more impressive than that of a bobwhite quail. Though I do like bobwhite quail, no offense to them, but they're not as visually striking as a California quail. If there was a bobwhite quail on there, I may not even have purchased it. So, anyways, what do we have in this? These are quail eggs, vinegar, pickled jalapenos, sriracha sauce, which consists of red chili peppers and red jalapeno peppers, obviously, vinegar, sugar, salt, garlic, xanthan gum, paprika extract, water, salt, and garlic. Okay, contains egg. Who would have thought? So, quail eggs are interesting. I'm not ever really sure what to use them for. I just know that I like them. Usually, the most of the international markets around Tacoma have Tacoma. I am stumbling over my words today. What is wrong with me? Most of the international markets in Tacoma sell quail eggs. Though they're just tiny little, cute little eggs with speckles on them. They're really cute. They're just aesthetically pleasing. Even if you don't want to use them for anything, they're inexpensive and they're cute, and they got the little brown speckles on them. They are good in ramens, but it's hard because they're so small, and the shells are kind of soft, so they don't break in the same way as typical chicken or duck eggs do. So it's really really easy to break the yolk when you're just trying to break open the eggshell, and you only get a tiny little bit. So if I'm gonna put you know fried or poached quail eggs into ramen, I'm probably gonna do like 3 of them. Now these look a little bit bigger. All right, so I don't know. Maybe this is some kind of you know gigantized domesticated quail that they got these eggs from. I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to trying this. Now, do quail eggs taste uh, better than chicken eggs? Do they taste comparable? I would say that they're maybe a little bit sweeter. I don't know. Honestly, I just buy them and use them because it's just kind of a novelty thing, and I don't know, they're adorable. So I don't really evaluate flavor that closely. To me, like an egg is an egg. Now, I've only had salted duck eggs, and they are horrifically bad. I want to get fresh duck eggs. I just don't know where to find them. I can't find them around here. I may need to go up to Seattle. Anyways, look at that. All right. So, let's try the egg. Let's try the brine that it is served in. Let's evaluate flavor. Let's evaluate spice. And then, if these are as good as I think they're going to be, in a follow up video, I'm going to review a kimchi flavored ramen, and I'm going to put one of these in it. Here we go. Mmm. Okay. I've had many a pickled chicken egg in my day. They used to be rampantly readily available at most gas stations and convenience stores. They're a little bit harder to find now. You can still find them sometimes. And most of the time, my experiences with pickled chicken eggs have been unpleasant. I like this. I like this quite a bit. It's nice. The pickliness isn't overwhelming either. I can taste the egg. And yes, I would say it has a little bit more of a sweeter and a delicate flavor than your typical chicken egg. I like it. And the sort of spicy, vinegary pickle brine that this is served in is perfect. It's a perfect complement to it. It's nice because it's not overwhelming. It gives it has a tangy, a sort of a tangy zing to it that really nicely counterbalances the sweetness and almost savoriness of the quail egg. That's nice. I'm trying just the brine here. I love the brine. This is making me want to go try. So a new, weird, unorthodox trend, which seems to be gaining traction around here. I don't know if it is elsewhere in the country, but it seems like a very West Coast thing. These sippin' vinegars. They're supposed to have health benefits. I don't know. There was a spicy sippin' vinegar that I had my eye on for quite a long time, but it's like $25 or something like that. And I'm like, okay, what if I don't like it? Then I'm just stuck with this like bottle of jar. It was a jar like this. Jar of spicy sippin' vinegar that's inedible that I wasted $20 on. I don't have that kind of money right now. The brine in this, I'm assuming that this is pretty close to a spicy sippin' vinegar. And you know what? I get it. If a good sippin' vinegar tastes like this, like the brine with these quail eggs, I can see why people are obsessive about it. It's really, really good. Let's have one more egg. Let's get kind of a spoonful of the brine in there. Oh man, I'm excited. I cannot wait to see how this is going to complement my ramen. I'm genuinely excited now. I really, really love this product. It was a lot, kind of cost a lot. I think it was like $15.99. But I'm glad of the purchase. It's a nice big jar. I'm going to try to do a lot of interesting things with this. If you see this or anything comparable, pick it up. This is a really interesting product, and I think it's pretty healthy too. Low calorie, delicious, good for snacking. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good on ramens, and I'm going to think about some other foods that I can use it with. Like it quite a bit. What about a pickled egg salad? I could do something like that. Well, I've gone on for more than 8 minutes talking about this. I gotta wrap it up.